Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, after quite some time, we finally going live. We're live on X, I believe. I should be live on X. I'm live on Kick. As you guys come in, don't forget to like the stream, answer the poll. We're gonna be talking about Robinhood versus Base versus AI versus memes. So you guys are gonna have to be pretty interactive today. All right, what's good, Jay? How you feeling today, man?
What's going on, man? Feeling good. Happy Saturday, everybody. It's about to have a good one. It's been a while,
Man,
man. How you been?
Man, it's been quite some time. I'm definitely feeling good. You know, Robinhood went live and we've been killing it so far. Um, what you been on? How you feeling about Robinhood lately? Before we start looking at these comments here,
Man, been cooking on Robinhood. Of course, cooked a little bit on base. Yeah, it's looking good, man. I like
it's
to see
looking
the
good.
market excited about something for once.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's a breath of fresh air, man. It's a breath of
Yeah.
fresh air. Private banker. Whoa. He always comments, whoa. Seven Fink +1 +1. What's up?
What's going on?
Room here. Green Bean. We live. We live. What's wrong with the terminal? I asked for coins. It says no, the coin is good. I'm asking, huh? Yeah, I don't know. First of all, just by from you typing, I don't know how you typing those things. You can also DM me if there's any questions about the terminal. So again, just like that. But yeah, so let's look at things going on as of right now. We're gonna get it kick-started here. Today is Saturday. The markets is looking pretty greenish, I would say. Is the bottom in? I actually don't know. We're going to bring that up for Jay to, pretty much discuss if the bottom is in. He got the charts up there. But before we get into all the crypto talks, there's been some huge things in the sports side of things that we're actually waiting on. Essentially, we don't know where King James is going to go. I'm a King James fan, so wherever he goes, I'm going. My
Oh,
bags
so
are
you
packed.
about
What do
to
you
be a
think?
Warriors fan?
A Warriors fan?
You about to be a Warriors fan?
I might have to be. I might have to be. If that's where he's going, I'm going there.
Oh yeah.
But hopefully he go back to the Heat or the Cavs. I'll be happier with that. Right? That's on the NBA side. Of course, tomorrow we got the World Cup finale. Spain versus Argentina. I want to know who you guys got. Let me know in the comments section who you guys got. Who you got, Jay?
Man, I'm going Spain on this one. Even though the guy Messi's doing his thing, I think Spain got it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm going Spain as well. My prediction app, my prediction market app has had Spain from the start. You guys can see since June, right before around the World Cup started. He already said that is picking Spain as the winner, so we're gonna ride out with Sape Intel here. Funny thing is about Sape Intel, we're gonna finally throw this. We're gonna include it into the terminal here. We're gonna include it into the HQ here in the prediction side of things. If you guys don't know, we actually got the prediction markets over here that you guys can go ahead and get into. Check out all the things over there, of course. Now, some other news here. Some AI stuff here. Tom Lee says the chip sell-off is healthy and the AI trade is not over. Did you believe that the AI trade was over at all, Jay?
No, I've been saying it for a minute. It was a little bit, top heavy, but definitely not over. Especially with like a lot of new tech and stuff coming out.
Yeah. Of course, we're in a bubble, in the AI bubble. When that
Yeah.
will end, I don't know. Obviously, there's still some new upgrades coming out. Of course, China ZTE launches the world's first agentic smartphone. They beat America to it because you guys already know OpenAI was dropping their OpenAI phone next year, I think. The first
Are
agentic
they?
phone. Yeah, we talked about that on the live stream.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
right. The AI, the
so they beat them to it, of course. So this is going to be something interesting we're going to be looking into here. And lastly, here Sequoia just mapped out the 1 trillion in services getting replaced by AI agents. We haven't talked about AI in a little bit on live stream here, but you guys can see from this right now already on autopilot is insurance, IT, payroll, accounting, paralegal, and the next wave that's going to get captured is going to be supply chain and procurement, pharmacy, back office, and wealth management operations. What's your thoughts on all of these? Do you actually think a lot of jobs is really going to be replaced by AI? What do you think about this?
yeah. I don't think it's going to be replaced by AI, but then I think those jobs are going to be replaced by other stuff. So, I
Yeah,
don't think it's going to be as like doom and gloom as people think, but I think AI is definitely going to, replace a lot of jobs. Now, these companies that are laying off a lot of people saying that it's because of AI, I don't believe that. That's why
you
they're
don't believe that?
yeah, I don't believe that. That's why they're doing it. But
Oh man.
I just think that things shift. Like when industries shift, then people will find other jobs and things like that. So
Yeah, I think AI is going to create other jobs like forward deployment engineer. Think people that could harness and actually prompt these AI is going to be one
exactly.
thing. Fink says check. Where do the reports go? I think you like. I don't know where you're from, my guy, but when you just go onto the terminal here, even me, like the reports is right here. All your saved reports is right here. Obviously, I got some saved reports on Polkadot because I got to see what's going on.
Oh, good
uh,
God.
yeah, but yeah, all your save reports is here, man. It's like right there. Everything you need is over there. You just got to know how to navigate things. Token Joe Dojo, year was good. First time viewer, I assume. Jetpack Banker Bot is the goat of both. Yeah, of both. We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that topic. We're gonna get into the Robinhood side of things in just a second here. Terminal is saying that Sui is the best L1. Ooh,
Ooh.
Terminal saying that. We're gonna have to see what's going on here. We're gonna have to see. Yeah, all technology will replace jobs on some level. New jobs will start because of it, though. Exactly. That is very true right there. That is very true. Very true. Continuing on here, getting more into the crypto talk. Anson put out this tweet, I think it was like last week or something. Crypto bottoms is when people have lost faith in any novelty coming out of the industry during peak apathy. We are currently here, so he's basically been calling for a 60K bottom for a little bit. Funny thing is, this kind of aligns with what I said on live stream. If I could find it on my Discord, I actually called out 60K, and after it started going down below 60K, I was like, damn, maybe 60K is at the bottom. Even me and Jay had the discussion about the bottom of crypto being 60K. But also to that news, Larry Fink says a crypto leverage washout has helped stabilize Bitcoin and the broader market. There was way too much leverage. That's why we had to wash out. And I think there's more stability at these levels here, right? So that lets me to think they had something to do with 1010 here, because we haven't talked about 1010 in quite some time. So this probably was like a orchestrated leverage washout during 1010, and now at these times here we're looking at something stabilizing here. Jay, what's your thoughts on the overall market here? How you feeling about things?
Man, I feel like I feel like we're gonna take one more leg down. I don't feel like there's enough pain for it to be really considered like a real bear market yet.
You don't think we went through the pain? Down 50% pretty much?
Eh, you know, like what did Ansem say? When the last bull is bearish, that's when it's over. Or
Yeah, something like that.
he was
I don't got the
basically
tweet up.
basically he was saying that like when everybody's in despair and all that stuff, and I kind of don't really see that happening yet. And also when I look at my chart right here, we are hanging around around this level that we put in here. It was 61K or whatever, but like being that we're below more major levels, and the estimated bottom is a couple more months away, I can see us coming down, maybe wick into like 50K one more time or something like that. But when I look at where we at on the monthly, yeah, we could pull back up higher, but I still think we go lower for a few more months, at least into December, January.
Okay. So you thinking obviously by the end of September, by the end of the summer, we might like fully bottom out.
Yeah, like by the end of the year, probably, for real.
Okay, so you going fully extended pretty much.
Yeah, it was always I was kind of always like thinking November, but now
Yeah,
I look. But that's just based on this chart, because on this chart, like I mapped out the previous cycles, and I can see that like they're pretty much playing out. You know, all like it's going in the same cycle over and over and over. When you look at from the halving to the bottom, and right
yeah.
now from the halving to the bottom, if we do what we previously did, which we have from the halving to the top and everything, then that puts us, in December right here. So looking at the chart up here, if I can zoom in a little bit, it just makes me feel like if we are a little bit further away from here, a couple months away, then we could put in another level, or we could just have a really boring, sideways action between, 60 and like 70K or something.
Okay, I'm actually hoping that either we range, or maybe let's say we go down a little bit lower, because I don't have enough of my main portfolio souped up yet. I've been waiting to DCA a little bit more because these prices just aren't cheap enough yet. Exactly. After we seen that little drop, so I'm actually a little excited, man.
Yeah, and the leverage, I don't know, the leverage that Larry Fink is talking about has to be a little bit of Michael Saylor. You know what I mean? Like, it had to be.
They finally got him. People been waiting for him to sell.
Yeah, because he's not gonna get liquidated, but at least he'll take some off the table. Yeah, start buying right back, but for sure. Yeah.
Oh man, I do not believe it's the bottom. No major event has happened.
Yep.
You think that major event has happened?
Yeah, I don't think any major event has happened. Everybody is still a little bit optimistic right now. Everyone's talking about the bill in Congress that still hasn't got passed, so that's still on the table.
The Clarity Act.
Yeah, the Clarity Act, things like that. So we still have a lot of bullish though.
We need to go down another 25 to 30%. I wonder if a lot of people can hold that. So can you actually see your portfolio go down a little bit more? 40K, 50K, good entry. You reckon it's steady up and down like Z? I don't get that one. Instead of a sudden flush. I don't understand that.
And then a sudden flush. Oh, he's saying like, is it gonna go sideways, like kind of sideways, and then a sudden flush down? Could be. Possible. Okay. Maybe let me see. If we look at the chart, and since I am using this chart to kind of compare what happened last time. What happened last time, we're right around this area, right here where everyone was at 24K, and everyone was like, okay, we dumped another 15K after that. So we kind of came down right here. We went back up, which is what we're doing right now. We're doing this go back up. And then there was a big flush. This flush, I don't remember what it was, but that could be the flush that we're looking for.
What date was that?
This was November 2022.
Yeah,
so I don't know what the big flush was. I don't really care what the big flush was, because right here on the chart is telling me that we failed to solidify above our bull market line. So we got flushed. We get flushed every time we fail this line. So we have that line above our heads right now. So I can see everybody getting bullish around 70K, and then we do have a flush lower than 50K or like 55K lower than 60K. But that's what's happening. Once we get above it, I'm gonna flip my whole tune, and once we get right here and we bounce up above it, I'm gonna flip my whole tune. It's gonna be bye.
Well, during this time, you got to be flipping these altcoins to get that extra dry powder.
Oh yeah, there's still fun to be had in the markets for sure. If you know what
I'm sure a lot of people haven't been missing out on the fun here. We're gonna get into that. Because I see a lot of you guys asking about Robinhood. We're gonna get into Robinhood. Top gainers and top losers as of right now. What we're looking at here. I got a few on here that's been on my HQ watch list for quite some time. You guys already know about Dolphin Pod. I've been telling you guys this is about to be a nice play here. Nice little play. It actually has been holding up. I don't like the way the charts look on CoinGecko, obviously, but at a $21 million market cap, you guys, this thing is just 50 cents. Honestly, since I called it out, we've been up nicely on this, and it's been in my main portfolio, and I've just been holding it, really. I haven't done too much on this one. I wanted to add more. But we'll wait to see after the end of summer if I should add a little bit more onto pod here or not. It's also on base. That's going to be a part of the discussion today. And then looking at another one, Allura here. When you go onto the HQ, my watch list, I believe my watch list is probably the best watch list in all of crypto. Right now, Allura is up here. I actually even break it down. What is it possibly doing it up here over here, right? But right now, it actually has been on a crazy uptrend. I don't own any of this. I put it on the watch list because I was thinking I was going to add into it at some point in time if it would have stayed around here, but it didn't actually. So it's up to 100 million. I don't even know if I want to add to. I don't even know if I want to buy it. That's
what token is this? What is this?
Allura.
Allura. What do they do?
This is pretty much a prediction market, an AI prediction market play. They recently just introduced Forge, which is the world's first arena for prediction intelligence. This is essentially where these AIs are going to compete to improve and earn perpetually, and each one is going to feed into a collective intelligence that compounds as more models are being deployed. So it's like an AI arena to make these agents a little bit better. So this is going to be something pretty interesting, as people are probably getting a little excited for this as of right now. It came out a little bit ago. Of course, as you guys know, all the new launches pretty much feel they did the same thing, but this one came out at the end of last year, pretty much at the end of everything, all the exciting things. So it was at a 255 million market cap in terms of FDV. Well, market cap. The FDV was probably much higher. Now it dropped all the way down here. I kept it on the watch list for a little bit. I wanted to see what was going to happen. I'm like, all right, maybe at some point in time I'll add to it, but of course during this time it just started to shoot up here. I know you don't know anything about this one, Jay, right? Jay's gone. But yeah, so that's what recently happened here with them. And then some other news that I wanted to bring up, because I don't know if you guys checked out my video, was pretty much Virtuals and Peak finally partnered with each other. This is, I think we discussed this on live stream. I don't know if Jay was here. I kind of wanted this to happen. And then is my comment down here? Oh yeah, of course you can see my I'm over here. But yeah. So what they're going to be doing is essentially any machine that is going to be running Peak OS can now be paired with an agent, and then that agent will handle the jobs for like the agent for the machine and things like that. Because machines, they pretty much don't seek out jobs or anything. They do what they were intended to do. So the agent is going to be, like, you could kind of say, the customer service of the machine pretty much here, right? And the thing with that is, recently Virtuals announced that they now have partnered with Unitree through their Eastworld division, I guess, right? This is now going to help them onboard more machines onto their ecosystem, equaling more machines onto Peak. And with that, to also note, I was watching a live stream from Peak, right? They was talking about essentially how the more machines that are onboarded onto the Peak OS and things like that, for them to operate in this ecosystem, they're going to need to get Peak, the token, hold it, and pretty much bond it. So that they're going to be taking some Peak tokens off the market here. So I believe this is going to be pretty good for. Oh, you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, they're going to be taking some Peak tokens off the market here, and depending on how many machines and things like that is going to be on Peak, that's probably going to be a lot of tokens that's going to be taken off the market. And as you guys can see, after they did their revamp, the max supply of Peak's tokenomics right now is 5.668 billion tokens. Total supply available right now is 4.4, and then outstanding right now, well, the circulating supply that is being traded is 50%, close to 50% of the total supply. So we're actually looking decent in terms of the Peak side of things, the tokenomics here and things like that. How you feeling about this partnership, Jay?
Which one? I missed it. I in my DoorDash. You lost.
Oh, between Peak and Virtuals, how you feeling about this being like an acceleration to like the robotics narrative here?
Oh yeah, bullish. Didn't we like say something like this in a stream before? Like, oh, if Peak and Virtuals kind of teamed up when
yeah. Well, I was hoping that was going to happen pretty much.
Yeah. It'll be pretty dope to see, what they actually do with it, like what they come up with.
And of course, if Peak continues to roll out their, the things that they have, because they recently did have the claw machine that they dropped. Before that, they had the robo farm. I told you guys I bought a robo farm. And then I think at some point in time, they're going to release their robo taxis that you guys can invest into. So that's going to be some machines that they're going to have on chain that you can also earn passive income from. I actually DM'd the co-founder of Peak, trying to get him on channel to talk nothing but robotics with this guy. So let's see if they answer. Let's see if they answer. But yeah, so we was going to talk about that. And overall, as of right now, for robotics actually, as a narrative, slowly has been going up as more conversations have been made on X and of course all over media about robotics. A lot of things is going to be rolling out towards the end of this year and going into 2027. I think we're going to start to see more of a price creep for some of these altcoins tackling robotics. Maybe as the year ends. A lot of these are still very cheap here. Peak pretty much did a 2x from its lows of this bear market here. Let me see if we can get a good look. Year to date here. Let this load up here. Yeah. It was like around 20, 26, close 25. And it got close to about a 2x here. Well, it's way over a 2x pretty
Yeah.
much here. So, right now, I think peak is still a decent look. If the market goes back down a little bit more, you got to load the boat on this bad boy.
Yeah. How
And
you feeling about the tokenomics for peak right
yeah, I
now?
just mentioned it. Yeah, I
Oh,
just mentioned it because as more machines come on chain,
yeah.
more of these machines are going to be taking up the peak supply off the market here, and of course that creates a little bit of a deflationary aspect to the tokens in circulating, which means less peak for us to buy, meaning there's more ability for it to pump even more than we had it before. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for peak going into next year. Virtuals too. I'm not. We can't slack on what virtuals has been doing. I don't know. I think these guys are probably meant to be one of the big players in AI overall, from robotics to AI agents. You guys already know this is pretty much my bread and butter. Launches on here has been my bread and butter here. We've been trading in this like a madman, honestly. But we're gonna talk about them moving over to Robinhood too, because if you guys look on here, they're multi-chain, but they're just multi-chain with the best chains that people are pretty much trading on. But yeah. Oh yeah, Jay, you got any thoughts on virtuals before we actually move on to the Robinhood section?
No, I
Or
like
Jay?
virtuals. Yeah, I like virtuals. I'm not holding any right now though, so I'm not like
All right, fair enough.
I get all my virtuals info from you because like why go anywhere else? Like you're the virtuals guy. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Protect. Do you think Robinhood chain is going to be is the chain of RWA and base is for AI? Interesting that you bring this up. You already know. Maybe you follow me on Twitter. I don't know. Where's this tweet at? Is this my tweet? No, that's not my tweet. That's not my tweet. Where's my tweet at? Is this my tweet? Yeah. Here we go. I'm bullish on base for AI. I actually was in a whole nother live stream. I think the guy name is late night on base. They was having a topic about pretty much base versus Robinhood. Obviously, we're late. I haven't gone live in a long time here, but I think I told them, I made the comment. I'm like, base is pretty much built for AI now. Through X402, they have the most agentic transactions going on right now, and of course, the leading standard for AI agents is X402, and that's all from Coinbase and Base. They can't fumble being the home of AI. If they fumble, I don't know. I don't know. But for right now, I'll be bullish on base for AI, and I'll be bullish on Robinhood for RWAs. And I think that is just very simple. You're going to look onto Robinhood chain for some good AI, good RWA plays. Obviously, there's going to be some AI. There's going to be some robotics. There's going to be some deep pin, whatever other narratives on Robinhood. But I believe the main moat for Robinhood will be RWAs, and it has actually shown recently through some of the big non-meme plays on Robinhood so far has been some RWA plays. Um, Len says, "Yo, do you check AI plays on Robinhood?" Absolutely, absolutely, my guy, absolutely. If you guys go onto Patreon right now, you guys can go on, what post is it? You can go onto the main hub and see all the plays that I've been posting here at the market cap. I posted it and where they were at the time. Most of these were like AI plays, of course. But yeah, I think I think Robinhood is just for you to get attention, nothing more, just to distract you from something else, like something happening in politics and the media eyes on Hollywood. What's your thoughts on that, Jay? This is going deep.
um he's saying that Robin Hood is just a distraction from something else. If that's the case, then it would be memes or just a distraction from something else.
I think the memes
But
are the distraction, but we're gonna get
yeah,
into that.
I would say I don't think it's a distraction from like something else going on in Hollywood, but I think it is a big distraction away from the transition into digital assets that we've been thinking about. Now that regular people can get into these assets and get these assets easily with like less than $50 and turn it into thousands of dollars. Now all of a sudden, memes are out and everybody can gamble now, and there's still like stuff like Pond and good plays actually happening in the market.
Yeah, there's a whole discussion we're going to have here about memes, because I've literally been just watching and listening to some certain people talk on X about how they feel about memes and things like that. Obviously, X for me, X has just been the hub of memes. Obviously,
Yeah,
you're gonna find some people that are going to be talking about utility, and also you guys know I'm not against memes. I just don't like the fact that people are trying to push it as the face of crypto, because that's the way a lot of you guys are going to get wrecked.
yeah. When
um,
people think of crypto, they think of memes, and that's kind of a problem. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. What's the top level of Patreon? Yeah, it's the OG access. It's the OG. It's the OG. It's the $20 one. $20 one eventually gets closed in the bull market at some point in time, and that's when you get the $80 one. But everybody should just be joining that $20 access. And to that note, I actually forgot that. I got a few messages of people that didn't want to join the Patreon. They just wanted to use the HQ. The HQ would go. It's going to be live personally for the public, maybe by the end of July. I just left it private for the group as I kept making some kinks to the group. I kept making some kinks to the terminal and things like that, making it much better here. But it's going to fully go live very soon here. So, do you agree that Deos is the best robotics play in crypto? Hell no. Hell no. You
That's
just
my
saw me talk about Pete. That's the best opportunity you have in robotics right now.
but
Obviously, things could change. Um, if you want to look at Deos is more as like the capital markets for robotics, like to get broader. You get broader like access to the robotics market. Essentially, that's the humanoids and things like that. And even that, Deos don't get like a big pie of those big, humanoids that are coming out. But yeah, I believe Peak is the best robotics play. Deos is good for capital markets on robotics. Did I see Ranger AI? No, I did not. We're going to look into that in a second here. Give me the contract address while you there. But let's get into the Robinhood talk. Let's get into the Robinhood talk. It's been we've been
Ranger.
waiting for it, man. So easy, not so easy. Money put out this. So in short, Ansem revives the trenches with Black Bull, basically doing some good airdrops. I'm not gonna lie, I ain't getting no airdrop from Ansem, but uh, he's been doing some good airdrops. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty good move, right? Robinhood chain launches and everyone says, "Yo, they're going to list this dumbass cat," which is an old meme of Robinhood. It'll flip Ansem. Trust. We're going to talk about that. Vlad follows a bunch of meme projects on Robinhood. We're going to talk about that. Cash Cat becomes Crash Cat as everyone accepts that memes are not RWAs. Vlad really cares about RWAs. Base realizes shit. We're losing this race. We got to do something. He's not wrong. We're going to talk about that. Ansem continues to airdrop millions of dollars, which is crazy that they're just making hand over fist right now off of that. But he's actually giving that away, which is good. Vlad now follows more pages of memes in the hopes to vamp Brian Armstrong's base push. This is where the topic now comes up to basically base versus Robinhood. Base versus Robinhood is going to be a topic of discussion as they both pretty much going down the same path. Their main app, let's say Coinbase app, is looking to become that everything app, while Robinhood, the main app, is looking to also become the everything app in two different sides. Robinhood started off with stocks, Coinbase started off with crypto. Now they're going to meet in the middle, listing both, right? Then their chains were both built on two, let's say, rival chains as well, right? Base is built on an OP stack. Robinhood is built on Arbitrum stack. Robinhood is tackling RWAs. Base is tackling AI. It's a whole discussion, but you guys can see the rivalry starting there. We're gonna start it off. We're gonna kick it off with the whole Robinhood talks, pretty much, right? Before I continue, Jay, you got any thoughts on any of that I just said?
No, it's just all interesting. It's all fun to watch.
Yeah, I absolutely agree there. recently, this was like yesterday. Nah, this was like 2 days ago. So, this is like off of the Rasmer podcast. I don't really watch their podcast too much. I do see the clips. If the clips got like a title that I think is interesting, I'll go ahead and listen. Right. But he puts out this tweet. This is from Thread Guy joining his podcast. 2023 Base launches a chain. Coinbase, the biggest exchange in the world. Nobody cares. How do they get people on it? Meme coins, virtuals. 2026, 3 years later, Robinhood, the biggest retail exchange in the world, 27 million funded accounts, wants to tokenize every asset in the world, launches a chain. Nobody cares. How do we get people on? Meme coins. The only thing people care about is meme coins. What's your thoughts on this, Jay?
They need to replace the word meme coins with gains.
With gains?
Gains, yeah. If you replace the word meme coins with gains, it would apply, because no one really cares about the coins. It's like, even me, it's like we don't like meme coins, but we'll still play them if it's like obvious, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, people get like, people want to come onto your chain if they're making money on your chain. Look at Solana.
Facts.
People are making money on Solana, they go over there. Base, same thing. Robinhood, same thing. So if they
Play
can keep,
devil's advocate on
yeah,
Solana. People are making money off of the memes there. Not everybody, to by the way.
yeah,
Like a good 5% maybe is making good money off of memes on Solana.
right. And
Base is really virtuals.
yeah, and if they were smart, they would recognize that, because I look at Solana. Solana brought everybody onto their chain for memes, and now it's kind of known for that. So anybody who launched, like, there's some real good projects on Solana who are actually doing real utility, who just get overlooked because, like, why you got pump fund in your contract address? Like, like, and that's a problem that they're gonna have. So these guys like Rasmer and them, they're all into that meme culture. So of course they're gonna feel like, yeah, give it all up to memes, and it is up to memes. But if we were trading Pokemon cards on chain and it was making people gains, then we would be saying the same thing about Pokemon cards.
Yeah, and to that note, he does also say that he thinks Robinhood chain was lame. This was early. This is literally as Robinhood came out. Not when it came out, because the thing about this, what I noticed is most people actually got on Robinhood later.
Yeah.
But if you go on my Discord, well, if you're in my Patreon group, those that are in my Patreon group, the day that the RPC was available to us, I said we have to get on Robinhood right now.
Mm-hmm.
Reason, I already been through Base when Base first came out. Yes, the early days is all going to be about memes. That's how you're going to get the liquidity. You're going to get people happy. But then the people that are building for these chains, they're not going to want their chain to just be all about memes. They want real builders on there. And of course, regulation, Clarity Act, all of this is important. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
if that goes through, you're going to have builders actually building something that is going to try to impact investors in a different way than just memes. People speculating on what memes is going to be listed on Robinhood, and that's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Cash Cat, I
Because I
seen
think,
Cash
yeah,
Cat. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think that's the strategy now, because look, with Cash Cat, like, you're about to talk about Cash Cat, but with Cash Cat, it was launched, like, it seems to be launched before the RPC was launched. Like, the token was
Yeah, it
made.
was. It was.
The
It was.
token was made before the RPC was launched, which lets you know that they had a strategy of, like, this is how we're gonna get eyes on Robinhood chain, is with a big pumper going all the way to 100 mil in a short period of time, and get a lot of people over here. So it's part of the thing. But I think also, like I was saying before the stream, they get to go to investors and other people and say, hey, look, our chain is booming. We're doing this. We got this many users in the first day. This is how much revenue we did in the first week, and then they can get more money to then go and incentivize builders like Ethereum did, like Avalanche did, like some of the more chains that are more like solidified, SUI. They all put, hundreds of millions of dollars into incentivizing utility builders on their chains. So I
Yeah.
think, that's what's going to come next for Robinhood chain, if they're smart. I don't know. Vlad is getting a little euphoria right now and happy with his meme coins. So
Nah, I think he playing the game for what it is, man. I think that's what people are missing. But
I think you got to learn from Jesse, man. Sometimes these founders get caught up in euphoria as well.
yeah, we're gonna get into Bayside in just a second here. But back to the Cash Cat thing. You mentioned it was launched before, but yeah, it was. I was listening to like the founder of DYDX, I think, right? Because they're rebranding to Arceus, the new
Mm-hmm.
perp decks that's going to be launching. That's already launched on Robinhood. he said they got access to that RPC before anyone, right? And
Right.
he even saw Cash Cat at like 1 million, 2 million market
Uh-huh.
cap, right? Or before that, something like that. And he didn't buy, so he felt like he fumbled the bag, of course. Now, when I posted it, I saw it at 5 million. Now, you guys know me. I'm not buying no meme coin that, like, I feel like just pumped. If you guys look at Cash Cat, I felt like we missed a boat on Cash Cat, which is why I didn't actually like try to trade it, even though you guys know I hate memes. But if I see it early enough, I'm going to trade it. Uh, I felt like that since it pumped from like whatever thousands of market cap it was at to 5 million, I'm like, I don't need to buy this. I don't think it's going to go any crazy, but I'm on the chain now. I'm looking for the next. This is my exact quote. I'm looking for the next arrow. I'm looking for the next launch pads. I want to see the utility, the RWA plays that's going to be on Robinhood. That's what I'm looking for. Of course, I'm going to gamble with some memes if I get it early enough. If I don't, I'm just going to chalk it up to a miss. But I think if you look on here, is this like, yeah, if you could, once I seen this right here, I'm like, there's too many people in profits. What if it don't go up? They're going to dump on me, right? So as time went on, I'm figuring out that people started to get onto Robinhood as they started to notice Cash Cat, the whole narrative around it being like the first name for Robinhood, and that's when it started to take off. Then you got the Solana traders coming on here, and that's when it really took off. And that's when the bridges lost. They lost all ETH on on their bridge, so people really couldn't even get onto here right now. And then the speculation for Cash Cat was that Vlad is going to list it onto Robinhood, right? He has listed some other memes onto Robinhood, but that's where people are speculating. Of course, there's a potential that this could still get listed onto Robinhood, but for it to be like the main thing, obviously he knows how to onboard people onto their chain. He has the biggest retail app, which is Robinhood. He knows people are degens trading GameStop and things like that. So
Yeah.
he's gonna talk favorably about memes. The question is, will he list all of them? Well, some of the big ones onto Robinhood, where it allows you to speculate, or potentially have the consequence of the early investors down here dump onto the retail investors on the Robinhood app. That is going to be the topic as well. That is going to be having, and that's going to be happening too. What do you think about that, Jay?
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna want to get people onto the chain. So listing it would be, if they made it for the purpose of getting people to jump off of Robinhood onto the chain, you know, then because it doesn't really hurt their business for people to have both, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's why they put out two wolves or whatever. That meme coin went a little crazy.
Yeah.
Before we continue on here, I hear that no TA will help when a pump is happening. What do you think about that, Jay?
I still be using TA no matter what. People say it doesn't work, but I mean, use averages. If the pump is going too crazy, use averages. That's what I use all the time. And the averages, like, they play out. People, I'll be finding out when shit's gonna dump like 50%, based on averages and stuff. So yeah, try averages.
Do you think Robinhood will get billion TVL by the end of the year? Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to talk about the TVL in just a second. That thing is growing way too fast.
Yeah, especially with RWAs and more of that coming on there.
Why is Vlad following so many meme coins? Does he want to make his chain known for meme coins? We just talked about this a little bit.
Yep.
I think he's open. He's open-minded to meme coins. He knows the crypto culture. The crypto culture is meme coins. You can't really deny that. If you want to onboard people onto your chain, you gotta get the good and the bad. The meme coins, and the thing is with the meme coins, you guys already know. If you're not a part of these group chats, you're probably gonna miss out on the early runs of these memes.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that Robinhood isn't going to be so PvP like Solana was. But we'll see how that's going to play out.
What? Need some more details to help you out.
My fault, Alexa. What's the word, fellas? What's the word?
Oh, that's AK. What's going on?
Oh,
What you're looking for is feathers.
all right.
They have a soft
My
outer
fault.
growth
My fault. My
that-
fault. My fault. Hold up. Yeah, that's the only problem I have in the Alexa device right next to you. Memes run by gangs making money on just someone trying to believe the narrative. I agree with that.
I
That
agree.
right there, I agree.
Yes.
Watch the meme. What if it's the next Cash Cat? Yes, that is always going to be the next discussion. What is it? What if this meme is the next Cash Cat? We'll see.
That's what keeps it going. You know, the FOMO is there. That's what keeps it going.
Absolutely. Do you guys think that Robinhood will have its native token in the future? That's a very good question.
I don't think so. I mean, sadly, like I want them to have like a hood token, and just like I want base to have a base token, but I don't think we're quite there yet. Maybe in the future, probably in a couple years. I don't know. What you think?
Robinhood having a token? I don't think so. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think so. Do I want it to happen? Obviously.
Yeah.
Base already explored. They already said they're exploring their own token. They already got their own native language on their chain, the B20. I think they're doing the rollouts for their own token. The whole thing about what Base is doing is just so I don't know who's running things over there. They just not in tune with the crypto people.
Yeah, they're
Because
not.
first they had us collecting all these dumbass NFTs. Making sure we doing all these transactions on these chains, right? I'm thinking that's going to lead to airdrop later on. You know, the more NFTs you got, the more transactions. That could be the bigger allocation you get in that airdrop. We still don't have no word on exactly how they're planning on doing this airdrop. So yeah, there's a lot of questions with Base. Robinhood,
Collect NFTs and keep hinting at stuff. That's kind of irritating, especially like so. Eventually, they gotta come out with a token. But
yeah,
I even saw that Brian said that they wouldn't do a token, or maybe he said they wouldn't do it.
Nah, they've been said they was going to probably do a token. It's just how they're rolling it out.
I think he said they wouldn't do an airdrop because people kept asking about airdrops, and of course they have to say no to that question though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. From my man's Connor on chain, the utility plays on Robinhood are where the long-term opportunity is. Memes will come and go, but if Robinhood actually is trying to build a chain with real value, their primary focus will be on utility projects. Even if it takes weeks/months from now, they will be mega utility runners eventually. I agree, because they actually have the opportunity to do something pretty unique, seeing that they're already known for all their they're already known for stocks and things like that. Tokenizing these stocks, bringing them on chain. There's going to be some unique devs that are having the opportunity to build some long-term utility tokens that can really take off. And I think I found a few, but we're going to get into that in just a second here. What's your thoughts on this exactly, Jay? Obviously, we kind of just talked about this.
Yeah. Well, as far as them like becoming like, they have too much institutional connections and things like that, just like Coinbase. So it's like a lot of these apps will be serving those customers. That would be a big part of it. So definitely they're gonna get, long as they do the right thing, like I said, and keep people over there. Hopefully they don't become only known for memes or anything like that. But
yeah, and to that note,
Solana, even people are building good stuff on Solana now. So
yeah, Solana's going to have some good builders. It's just how things work. To that note, Ansem even breaks down his Robinhood thesis, right? The RWA and tokenized stock thesis makes a ton of sense. I think that is just way anybody should be able to see that, right? They don't dominate retail stock trading. They dominate retail stock trading and options.
Yeah.
The only thing they don't have are perps, which is why they're partnering with Lighter. That was a big partnership for Lighter, honestly, to make them compete with Hype, and 24/7 trading, which is why they're doing tokenized stocks. Also, to that note, I just found out from Arceus, I think it's Arceus, right? When they're doing their tokenized stocks, they're not tokenizing a big batch of stocks. They're tokenizing on demand. So if me and you buy like $100 of a stock and we want it tokenized, it's going to get tokenized for that $100, right?
Oh, that's
so
smart.
They're not doing a big batch of like stocks that they're just putting on chain. They're just on demand, pretty much.
That is smart. They're kind of doing it.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say they're kind of doing it how Tether does, like how people do in stable coins, like all
that retail volume originates on chain first before it hits centralized exchanges. So they're like, we want to own their entire stack, not just exchange, but our own chain, and it adds value to their other business lines. I do think Robinhood's net positive for crypto, but I don't think they're doing anything other L2s haven't. I wouldn't say they're breaking any innovation yet. What do you think about that?
I think it's huge. It's the first time that we've seen like a mainstream stock thing actually say like, "Hey, look, we're gonna just go straight blockchain with it." I think the institutional side of it is crazy because it's gonna be the first. It's a big experiment for them to see like if Robinhood could somehow lower the cost of their stock trading infrastructure by 90% by switching to blockchain, then what do you think the Nasdaq is going to do? You know what I mean? What do you think every other exchange in the world is going to follow? You know, how are they going to follow this with stock trading? If this tokenized thing works, this is going to be like the first experiment for it.
Yeah, they actually have the opportunity for us to actually get, well, you know, the idea of tokenize everything
Yeah.
is it's possible with Robinhood. They have the rails to do it. So we'll see how this is going to play out. This is just a conversation for right now. The chain is not even a month old, guys. It's not even a month old. We're going to get some massive takes, obviously. So it's going to be interesting. And to the person that asked, do we think Robinhood is going to hit TVL by a billion TVL by the end of the year? They might even do it by end of summer.
Right
Right
now,
now,
do it by the end of August. Look at that, 213
$213 million in TVL right now.
And that's TVL. That's not meme coin volume.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's TVL.
RWA market cap is going to continue to grow right now. The bridge TVLs, you can see the revenue, app fees, all of this that's going on as of right now. This is like, I'm not gonna lie, if based on shifting in gear, we're gonna get into base topic in just a second here because I do want to talk about the base side of things. But right now, Robinhood's ecosystem is fairly new. Up is here. This was like they're calling it the arrow of Robinhood. Obviously, I missed this one. I'm not gonna lie. Cash Cat is here, and then you start to see some of the altcoins that was on base actually are now multi-chain also on Robinhood. Virtual starting here. Banker is here. What else? That's it right now for right now, right? Yeah. Has there been any altcoins that you liked on Robinhood so far, Jay? Before we get into some of that I like.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I've only been playing like some of these, you know, like infrastructure plays for meme coins and meme coins.
Okay. There's been a lot of topic of like what is going to be the main launch pad and things like that. So we're gonna get into that.
So I was playing like some of those launchpad plays. Like there was a lot of them. You know, what I mean? There was a couple other plays that were like, actually one going crazy right now that I look at Sliver, but it's like, it's like a betting thing on Robinhood.
As soon as you said that just reminded me of Harry Potter, man. I don't know.
Yeah, Slytherin or something.
So you believe buying C-Pool not an option as RWA to wait and buy only if it's listed on Robinhood? No. I did not say that. I'm not saying some top RWA plays is not going to be outside of Robinhood. I'm just saying the way we look at base as like the chain for AI agents pretty much is the way we're going to look at Robinhood for RWAs. If you want to look at some new RWA plays, it's probably going to be on Robinhood because like you can't say you're not, like Ondo's not on Robinhood, Centrifuge is not on Robinhood. What else are we missing in cards? RWA.
You know, Ethereum is still the big go-to for RWA infrastructure. So
Canton,
a piece of that, they would be all right.
So I'm not saying that exactly. I'm saying you're going to want to look out some decent. Let's say you want to trade some micro caps on Robinhood. I forgot who put the tweet out. Basically, it's going to be like let's say when you want to trade some AI agents, you're going to look into virtuals and see what's launching there. You're going to look into Banker, see what's launching there, right? For Robinhood, let's say you want to trade some of these micros that are RWA plays. You're going to also look into virtuals. They're going to be launching some AI/RWA plays on there too. Even they already have. So that's kind of, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I think that's just clear. Do you think Base will launch their native token soon because people are moving from Base to Robinhood? If they know what's best for them.
Yeah, I saw that narrative and I'm like, I don't know. Now, if Robinhood drops a token first, then they
can't let Robinhood do that. Ain't no way.
No, because then if I was Coinbase, I would let them do it first, and then I would just.
You would?
Yeah, because then I will just make sure when we drop our token, it pumps higher. Now, whoever drops first, the second person can just come out and pump higher.
I guess that's like little chat.
You
But
know,
at this point in time,
really
base
want people.
base need to do something.
Because remember, I said people care about the gains. All base needs is a 100 mil runner. You know, that's where Brian came from, but he changed his profile picture to million.
Oh, he changed his profile picture again?
Yeah, that's why I dipped. That's why I dumped.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. Before we get into that, double yellow line, which is launched on Flappy Launch, paid on Robinhood chain. I don't know what double line is. Double yellow line is.
DYL just launched on Flappy Launchpad.
And we're not doing no traffic homework over here, man.
I've never heard of Flappy Launchpad.
Is there a launch pad on Robinhood? If their pre-IPO slash IPO could be found, we're going to talk about a launch pad there in just a second here. I wish I was on your Patreon, but I was not. I missed all the runners on Robinhood that you shared. To be honest, there's always going to be runners.
Yeah,
you just got to be patient. It's a bear market. A lot of people lose patience. When you get an opportunity like a new chain to pop up, you should find ways to to excel in that opportunity. There's people that just turned millionaires off of a newly launched chain off of Robinhood. So there's always going to be opportunities. You just got to wait for them, and that's where being patient. There's people that's been in my Patreon since they existed, and they've been patient there. So but that's besides the point here. Let's get into these token talk on Robinhood here. Hold on, I'm switching screens here. So first I did, oh no, that's Cat. We're not going to talk about that. They want to bring up index. When we talk about some new utility that have the opportunity to go nuts, this is the type of thing right here where you can obviously, if you're trading any of your meme coins, you should have I say an exit strategy for your meme coins. For everything, you should have an exit strategy on, because you don't know. The way I've been trading this bear market, I honestly just been flipping. The guys in my Discord, they already know. I get a 5x, I'm out. 2x, I'm out. I've been flipping. My goal was to build enough dry powder to where at the end of summer, I can do a nice big BCA into my favorite altcoins, right? Mm-hmm. But in that flipping, you obviously will find some altcoins that is going to be looking pretty good, right? And that could be, for some people, that could be your memes, that where you can drive your own thesis and be like, oh, this is going to be 100 million at whatever point. But for right now, one that I've been looking at was the index. Now, I seen the index when they posted early on X. Then I looked at the chart. The chart looked so wonky. I'm like, this got to be a rug or something, right? It was 2 million. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Then after it ran up to about 6 million, I'm like, this got to be real. Okay, it's real. I do my research, look into it a little bit more. I'm like, okay, this could be something pretty interesting. The thing is, we've seen index before. Not this token itself, but we've seen the concept of index before on base called Indexy. I don't know. Let's see if we could pull that up real quick. Indexy. Hold up. Indexy. Is it this one? Yeah, boom. We've seen this one before. We've seen the concept of index. It might even be the same team. Who knows? But we've seen this concept already where you can build a portfolio, a public portfolio, or a basket, right? That other people could invest into. You could just create a whole thing. This ran up to about 18 million over here on Deck Screener. So yeah, you can invest, you could create a public basket of altcoins. If I'm all right, I think these 5 altcoins is going to do good. You create the basket, and if people want to invest, they can invest into that basket. It's like an ETF type thing, right? So they did that. And the thing is, not only that, if you hold index itself, you get an airdrop of stocks. People have been making a killing. I've gotten a nice little airdrops, right? You get these little small airdrops that add up, right? To basically, they're paying you in dividends. And as you guys can see here right now, they put out this tweet. What was it, 2 days ago? They did their largest distribution yet. Over $155,000 in RWAs have been paid out to the index holders in a single distribution. So this is all the indexes, the tokenized stocks that have been paid out to users. You can sell them. You can sell them, add more into index or whatever it is, or it's just free money for you, right? So this has been a novel play, something very new we haven't really seen, because you can only get that through like Robinhood, really, because the stock will be tokenized already on the chain, right? And they're allowing you to get paid in dividends immediately. And not even that, they also kind of dropped a perp dex not too long ago. So the perp dex is called RWA.WTF. I don't know why it's called WTF. I don't know why they chose that, but oh well. So for right now, when I got into it, I posted it about 6.3 million market cap. Where is it at? Hold on, my bad. And it's now about 17 million, and you guys can see there was somebody dropped a big bag into this thing, and it ran up to about 60 million. This happened right after Vlad followed them on Twitter. So you guys should go watch my video. I break all of this down here. So there's something I'm actually going to be holding this. We're going to see how this is going to run. Could it be the next 100 million utility, first 100 million utility play on Robinhood? What you think about index, Jay?
That's pretty dope. Like, I saw this token. Of course, I saw it running. I didn't know that they were doing the airdrop of the tokenized stocks. That's pretty sick. So I think that definitely could have some longevity to it. I'm gonna get some now and test out. Let's see, put a little bit in there and see how much stocks I get for a quarter or something.
Yeah, you said for a quarter.
No, like for 3 months.
Oh, I thought you said you was investing a quarter. I was about.
Oh, nah.
I'm like, oh, what's the point then? What is it, or where can I find and be sure I have the correct peak address? Do they
CoinGecko?
CoinGecko should have it, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not up here. But this what you can do though. You could go to their subscan, right? You could go to the subscan. You could, let me see. They should have the info for peak token. Where's the peak token info at? You could find it up here somewhere. I'm not even looking. I'm looking right now for you, but I shouldn't even be doing all of this. But where is it at? Am I tweaking? Shouldn't the information should be up here already?
We do all this. Why is it not on CoinGecko?
I don't know.
Now we gotta sit here and find it, because what?
Let's look at the assets. What's this? You know what? That's a good question. I'm gonna have to find this, because now I feel like my patience is being tested. Peak price. God damn. Yeah, that's an issue. I don't know. But if you want to be sure you're buying the right token, just buy it on a centralized exchange. Buy it on Blowfin, buy it on Mexi. But I'm actually annoyed by this. Am I doing something wrong?
Go to Coin. It's on CoinMarketCap. Let me see.
It's on CoinMarketCap?
Yeah. It's peak is on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Base.
Those are the wrap versions though.
Oh, like actual on peak mainnet. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, those are the wrap version. I guess because it's not. I don't know.
No.
These are the wrap versions. I would say just buy if you want the wrap. Like if you want the wrap version, you could buy those. But I don't buy the wrap version. I buy the actual native one.
Because then you have to buy the wrap version. Then you can. Can you swap it for native peak on peak?
Yeah, you can. You could go through Squid router and then be able to like bridge it over to the native peak token. What do you think will be the first $1 billion market cap altcoin on Robinhood? That's a good question. If it's not a meme, we're gonna exclude memes on here. We're gonna exclude memes on here for now. If it's not a meme, I do believe. I'm not gonna lie. I do think that Index has an opportunity here.
Yeah, Index is still one of the most interesting plays on Robinhood.
It's still very early because you also do have Up here, which is at $76 million market cap, and this is the DEX. This is the DEX right now on Robinhood, right? So there's a potential that this is going to be it. Will you be excited with the gains you get from it? I don't know. because I know you guys. You guys are degens. You guys want the you guys want the low micro cap ones, but this is probably gonna be up. If I had to choose, it's probably gonna be up. Um,
Is that the
but
first like actual Robinhood native DEX besides
yeah,
Uniswap?
yeah.
Because Uniswap, I'm done with Uniswap. So
Is index a good buy now? Well, that's a tough question, man. Because we're up, all right. And the thing is, we're also in the bear market. So if things go down, these low cap altcoins could crash a lot. So if it's a good buy, I'll say if you're prepared to DCA, how about that? If you prepare to buy here, and if it goes down here, you buy more, I guess. Not financial advice. But if you're not prepared to DCA, I would just, I don't know, wait till the market gets better. What's your thoughts on that, Jay?
yeah, I would just say that too. Like DC, like I don't know, like personally, I don't know. It just pumped. It just pumped. It dumped pretty hard.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. Let's see where it's at in the next live stream we're gonna have.
I'll just say I'll take it slow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like
Yeah.
super FOMOing on it right now.
What do I think about lean finance on base? I actually haven't looked into it. We're getting into the base section, so we could potentially look into that already. Up is already up. I would rather buy index. You see what I said, Jay? I said they don't want to buy up.
I don't want to buy up. It's too up.
They don't want to buy up. It does say up on his name, so it better go up in that bull market by a lot. But we will see that.
76. I mean, yeah. If it goes to
Yeah.
$1 billion, that would be cool. But yeah, it's too up. It's up.
Another one. Now, if you guys watch my video on the Robinhood altcoins, I did talk about pawns here, and I actually talked about pawns around 2-3 million in the video. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but it actually did it went up to about 12 million market cap here, right? I don't own any. I didn't trade any. I just talked about it because I think it was a potentially good play. I didn't buy it just because it was up, and I felt like I don't like buying micro caps at a certain point where there's too many people in profits. I'm like, all right, we'll think about it. But the interesting thing about these guys is there's a big race on Robinhood right now of what is going to be the native launch pad. Obviously, you got Banker and Virtuals that now went multi-chain are now on Robinhood, but people seem like they already gave those the title of base altcoins that just now it's like they're just now experiencing the neighborhood, I guess, the Robinhood neighborhood, right? So they're looking for more of a new launch pad that is going to be more for Robinhood. The potential is there between Pawns, Noxa. They did a rug, and I think they started pumping again. What else? There was a list of all the launch pads on Robinhood, but right now Pawns has been looking pretty good, right? The thing about these guys is when they came out, they actually burnt 17% of their supply, which is great, and they are also planning on burning more of the supply as they continue to get revenue. And the revenue actually has 2x since I seen it from over here. This is from the prior day. They have already 8,000 launches. Goddamn, there's so many launches, bro. 8,000 launches in 24 hours, and that's only down 24% from the prior day. That's crazy, right? $38 million in 24-hour volume. So this is everything that's happening right now. You guys are looking into the launches here. Some of these is over here. Some of these don't even get past 10K, 20K. But some of these right now, you got the Robinhood Index Fund. This was mentioned in the group a little bit. People were talking about this. Wirebot, we just made a killing off of Wirebot. I called it out about
you caught that one? I saw it, but
yeah, I called about 100 and something K market cap. It dipped all the way down. I'm like, I added a little bit more here. I'm like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. Then it ran up to about 500,000 market cap. I did take my profits there, and we're going to roll it over to something else. We're going to see what we're going to roll it over to. You got Brody here, Link. I guess Link because it's a Robinhood, I guess. That's why people got it. Inverse Kramer is up here. Then they try to launch Vlad. This is basically the Brian token. The same, concept that Brian changed. We're gonna let Jay talk about that one because he had bought it. He actually, Jay, you made good money on Brian, right?
Yeah, I caught that thing super early.
Yeah, so this is going to be nice here. But yeah, so this is the launches so far. We'll see how this is going to play out. Of course, whatever new altcoin, well, I don't want to say new, but whatever launchpad that could potentially be deemed as the Robinhood launchpad has the potential to go to millions, hundreds of millions. We've
Yeah,
seen this multiple times.
especially if
But
there's an RWA launch pad, because they're talking about RWAs, so there should be a good RWA launch pad. There is one launch pad that's Hood Swap that's supposed to be doing
you
something
said
with
hood swap?
yeah, Hood Swap.
I don't know, man. I don't trust anything with the name hood in it.
Yeah, but it's Robinhood. Robinhood
You're
got
right.
the
You're right. You're right. You're right. I got PTSD.
but I don't know. The token it came out, it kind of went up a little bit, and then it kind of died down. But I'm keeping an eye on it just in case they do deliver on something interesting, because the token is at less than 100.
11K market cap. This one?
Yeah, it's like on the floor right now.
God damn.
But they sent out something basically saying, update. They got a nice roadmap and everything like that. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right. We'll see on that one.
Yeah, we'll see.
So now we're gonna get in more into the topic of base side of things. Is Pond's pump fund version of Robinhood? That's what people are looking for. They're looking for the virtuals. They're looking for the pump fund. They're just looking for a good launch pad.
There's a bunch of pump fund versions on Robinhood. The first one was like I don't know how to say NOZA, but they're
Noza.
Yeah, Noza, and the website Noxa Noza, whatever.
Noxa is the one that came out, and then they
lost their domain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they lost their domain, so then it kind of left like a opening for all these launch pads to pop up. So that's why there's so many, because people just kind of saw an opening.
Flappy launch. Okay, I thought Flappy Launchpad, the one with DYL is what is Flappy though?
See, that's another launch. See, Flappy is another launch pad that I never even heard of.
Do they got a token out already? Flappy, what is it? Flappy launch? What is it? Launchpad? What are we calling it? Give me some more.
What is it called? Flappy Launchpad. Just Google it, man. You find it now.
Nah, those be the fake ones. I ain't getting caught in those scams.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you give me more info, Richard Hart, please?
On Flappy Launchpad. There are a bunch of them popping up right now, so finding the right one. Finding the right one, man.
Hoodbird. That is funny. What if Robinhood is what if on Robinhood is flying? Y'all know about this?
What if on Robinhood?
What if I don't?
I don't know about what if.
Don't come on here.
See, man, he might have came on here and just gave us a 100 mil runner. It is running. It's just a regular meme. It looks like. Are you looking it up? Hold on. EA went quiet. Did we lose EA? We lost connection, y'all. We'll see. I don't got my fingers on the control, so I can't pull it up, but I'll look at what if.
You there?
Yeah. Lost you for a second. I was looking at this.
No, my Wi-Fi just restarted.
Yeah. It said you had no connection, so.
All right, we here. I hope you guys are all still here with us, man. But what if? All right, I just pulled it up. It actually just pumped, and it's. Do you think this is gonna keep going, Jay?
Oh no, I'm looking into it right now. The if ecosystem is gaining traction. Utility pool just dropped. Dex is about to explode. What if we moon on Robinhood is live? Beta meme coin energy, fresh chain hype, potential liquidity. It's just another meme coin. So I don't know.
Right?
Yeah.
At 1 million, I guess, if you're willing to take that trade.
Yeah, these super green candles.
Yeah. Check out Ranger. Check out Ranger, the AI XBT of Robinhood. Ranger. Haven't seen Ranger before. I'm looking through here. Hopefully, I find the right one.
Swap.sh. All right, I got you.
You said .sh. Where you see that at?
And he let us know about Flappy launch. Okay.
Okay. All right, Ranger. Before we get into the base side of things, we're gonna look at a few more of these. Oh, Ranger. So this is supposed to be the so-called AI XBT at 50K market cap. I don't know. I don't like that chart right there. Flap.sh.
Okay, I'm looking at it right here. Modular token launch infrastructure built on a customized and innovative new assets, Tesla, SanDisk, U.S. oil ETF. So they're doing tokenized stocks on here.
So is it interesting right now? What's the market cap? Did you see the market cap on that bad boy?
Market cap. I'm not even seeing a token yet. Hold on.
All right, so it's not out yet because people would have been talking about it. I would have taken the deck screener at least. So how do you trade those? ETH on DS. What's DS? I just transfer ETH on Uniswap and then I can do it. Yeah, Uniswap is multi-chain. Uniswap is on Robinhood as of right now. If you do, actually, you can swap directly from ETH to Robinhood.
Yeah, Uniswap stepped their game up with that cross-chain swaps.
Yeah, they have cross-chain swaps. So like, you don't really need to operate through too many bridges like you used to. You can really just swap through chains.
Yeah. Sometimes it won't work with the token you're trying to swap into. Just swap ETH to ETH and then swap. You can swap ETH to ETH on almost every chain on Uniswap.
Yeah, Jay just gave you gang. Off topic, but what laptop do you use? You got so many tabs. I'll be honest with you. I got three. Hold on. I got my main computer. I got my mini. I got my MacBook here. I mainly just stream.
You have 700 tabs on. That's the one that we need.
Oh no, this is my gaming computer. I don't even game on this computer. I just stream.
Okay, that's what I used to. Yeah.
I just stream. I got it because Loki. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got this gaming computer because I wanted to stream some of the gaming projects in crypto.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, that went left.
None of them ever dropped.
That went left and I went right. So that's how I went. But let's get into the base talk. Let's get into the base talk because I think a lot of things is getting blown out of proportion here. I'm sorry if you hear the sirens. My window is always open. But on Market Bubble, I actually listen. I like listening to these guys, when they bring on especially when they bring on some good guests that I'm like interested in. So Jesse finally admits to, that SocialFi, he failed with the SocialFi aspect on base, right? And then on here he explains why he handed the Base app to Kobe, which they bought their platform, their podcast for like 250 million. But he explains why they bought it, and that allowed him to focus fully on the whole Base economy. Jay, I gotta ask you, do you think this is a good move? Do you think we're gonna get something good out of Jesse fully focusing on Base and admitting that SocialFi finally failed, because he was one of the first ones that was saying it was gonna fail?
I don't know, man. I mean, Base is always gonna keep doing some more stuff. I think they should just concentrate on becoming the standard for AI payments. That's my take on it. But I don't know. Like I'm really finding out about this move, with Jesse kind of handing over the app or whatever. And I'm like, I want to hear his wording on what he says about the SocialFi stuff, because I still think that they're going to try to push that narrative that these coins that don't have any utility behind them are actually social coins. And that's where I see this kind of narrative happening, because it is a social thing. People tell their friends to get in it, but I don't know if they're really focusing on that too much.
It's funny you bring that up, because in that same live stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how Ansem has his own token, even though he didn't launch it, he obviously endorsed it. He basically said, even though SocialFi kind of, I'm not going to quote him, I'm just putting my own words here. Yeah. He basically is saying that even though SocialFi kind of failed, it's still working, and it's proof with Ansem token That's kind of what he kind of said, right?
Mhm.
So obviously, it seems like he's probably going to revisit SocialFi at some point in time.
Yeah,
He does. I don't know. I don't really care too much, but I'll trade it if it's hot.
yeah.
Um,
That's
and I
what
get
Noah.
that.
That sentence right there, like you'll trade it if it's hot. I think that's the elephant in the room that none of these guys want to actually kind of like look at. You know, like
Yeah,
I said in the beginning of the stream, like if people are making gains, it ain't about the meme coins. If people were making gains on utility, like it was 2017 again, we'd see a bunch of utility coins pumping. You
no,
know,
actually, that's a good point right there. And that also leads to the conversation of people having on X that pretty much Base is going to be losing ground to the newest competitor of Robinhood. This is from Garum. I don't even know if I say that. Yeah, let's just say GK is okay, and he's okay. After years of keeping virtuals at arm's length, the biggest recent launches are happening on Robinhood chain instead. Base says it wants to focus on builders. Virtuals has been focused on builders for years. If Base wants to double down on builders, it probably needs to double down on virtuals. It's that simple. What's your thoughts on this?
my thoughts on the virtuals and base situation is that like somebody at base just doesn't like somebody at virtuals because it doesn't make sense. Like it
Yo, someone else in my Discord has been saying that Shizzy.
yeah, it doesn't make sense that base has been kind of like it's like they will shout out virtuals like if they have to. They're like, oh yeah, you know, some coin on our ecosystem just got $500 million, whatever. You know, like they don't like virtuals for some reason, and I can't figure out why that is, but they should probably,
Honestly, it's hard for me to defend Base at this point about that.
yeah.
Because of the fact of how long it took for them at one point in time to list virtuals onto Coinbase.
Yeah.
They was listing other tokens on Coinbase. We're like, yo, so when virtuals?
Like, I never actually heard Jesse mention virtuals, which is crazy.
When they was having a like base day live streams and things like that, they did talk a little bit about virtuals. Even at that time, virtuals was still not even listed on Coinbase. So I never understood. I'm like, okay. And then when they went the whole SocialFi aspect, that changed from everything that they was doing. But then they now come to the AI side, and I'm like, yo, you have to lean into everything virtuals is doing. Even bankers started to creep up there a little bit in terms of like the AI plays, the AI launches. They started having beef with virtuals too. Like people started beefing with banker community virtuals. You know, I don't know.
The only thing I could think of is that maybe it's a regulatory thing, being that virtuals is kind of a launch pad where anybody can just launch anything on there. You know,
that's a good point. I actually didn't think about that.
Yeah, it just popped into my head right now. I'm like, maybe that's it, but that's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, it's like, what's going on? You know, but it could be somebody in legal is saying, hey, you know what, like we shouldn't commingle with them too much, just in case something comes out of there that it's not good for our business or whatever.
To also play devil's advocate here, right? I don't think Base is losing ground to the newest competitor, Robinhood chain. That one sentence right there, I just feel like people aren't understanding it. It's something new and it's very exciting. Everyone's going to be talking about it until it becomes the norm. Like everyone in crypto is going to be like, oh yeah, I'm trading on Robinhood. I'm trading on Base, things like that. At the time when Base first came out, it was the new thing, you know, new AI agents. The whole narrative took off. That had everyone trading on there for quite some time. And then once it stabilized, everybody was ready to trade in different areas, right? You had people trading on Solana through whatever Pump Fund was launching. It could be memes or true legit projects that wanted to launch, but they launched on Pump Fund. Same with Base, and I think the same is going to happen to Robinhood. Now the question is going to be more so about the other L2s, right? It's going to be about your AVAX. Do people even care about what's going on AVAX? Like what's going on there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think AVAX is going, and Polygon are actually like, well, more Polygon and AVAX are like,
not even just those. You got Linear.
There's some new ones. Like before the stream, I was looking. I said, "There's some new blockchains that are out right now, like L2s and L1s that I never even heard of." But
it's
like what?
Also creates a whole issue about fragmentation, liquidity. You know, it's going to be too many issues. But I do think that things is going to change, obviously, as bull market comes back around, or just some interesting thing. Let's say Base drops that they do that airdrop. And people have like $1,000 airdrop, $2,000 airdrop, however much you think you're going to possibly get. That's going to bring back some liquidity onto the chain where people may trade there for a little bit of time, and
Yeah.
that's where Base is going to need. They're really going to need to like keep those traders there. And then I saw this right here. This is, I wanted to talk about it in the Robinhood section, but I wanted to bring it over to the Base section just because Virtual started pretty much on Base, right? So Don Johnson, who I think is co-author of the new standard that they have and chief officer of Virtuals, he explained how Robinhood's retail user base will discover Virtuals. Now this will be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If it is what I'm thinking, all right, we're gonna read it. But on Robinhood's crypto tab, Virtuals is gonna be one of the first things you see. So retail gets exposure in a click or two. Don points to AI XBT that the team has been building for years. Honestly, they've been building for mad long. It's been crazy. And the token sat on bonding curve without running. Then people actually started to use the product, realized what it was, and it took off. There's excitement around the first movers now, but the durable rotation into utility, real workable product, people keep coming back to. So I wanted to talk about this one right here. Crypto tab on Robinhood, and Virtuals being one of the first things that they see. How do you feel like this is going to play out for the Virtuals ecosystem and Virtuals itself, with the biggest retail exchange, stock exchange, being able to people buy crypto right on the app pretty much if that is going to be the thing?
I think it has the potential to be huge because like I think this bull market was predominantly focused on mostly like meme coins. A lot of retail was into like the meme coins and prediction markets and stuff, which I'm predicting that next time it comes around, people are not going to want to lose as much money and they're going to want some type of utility. And I think Virtuals is probably going to be the closest thing that, like Virtuals is the closest thing to pump fund that isn't like bullshit memes.
In fact,
so it's in a very unique position to say, look, here's a platform that you're already kind of used to, but everything on here has utility. Find the best utility, as opposed to like find the best, looking chart. So I think if Virtuals could, it's cool that they're already going to get that tab. They must have negotiated for that tab, to be right there in the front of the app. It's probably part of the partnership or whatever, but it could be big if people do rotate out of meme coins, how I think they will in the upcoming cycle.
What's interesting about that is basically Coinbase had that, right? Essentially, if you go into the Coinbase app, that's how it was supposed to be, right? Where you was like the retail traders on Coinbase was going to be able to trade Virtuals directly on there. But now with Robinhood, this next bull run about to get exciting. I'm telling you that right now. If we get that GameStop energy on some of these tokens here, just want to say thank you for your time, energy, and passion. I've learned a lot from your stream, man. I want to say thank you for tuning in and supporting.
Shout out to Brett. Okay, look, something I wanted to mention real quick. So looking at like the top blockchains by TVL right now, we of course,
where you at?
I'm on CoinGecko. Let me share the tab. So we're looking at top blockchains by TVL. I just arranged it by 24-hour volume just to see what's going on. So you got Solana, and which is the biggest casino. You got BNB, the biggest casino on the east, and then you got Base as number 3. Above Ethereum, and then you got Polygon near. Arbitrum, Tron, Monad, Aptos, Sui, Avalanche, and I don't know how far down we even have to go to get to Robin Chain, or if Robin Chain's on this list. I'm pretty sure they're probably just not on this list.
Nah, it's on the list. It's probably just very low because it's low.
Very low. But to just to my point real quick, like look at all these other chains on here. So like, what does that mean for these chains who have been building and who have a lot of utility plays and stuff like that when retail decides that they want to start looking into some of the actual utility things like that?
I think they die out. I think some of them die out, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I got burned by Movement.
Movement's not even on here, but like some of the top ones that
it is.
Like
for
example, Polygon, I think they're around because they're they got the institutional partnerships and stuff. Near, they do what they can.
That's AI. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's AI.
And that's AI, and they have like the institutional people behind them in that AI sector. Arbitrum, Robinhood, Tron, Justin Sun, Monad, Aptos, Thorchain, Sui. I don't know about all of these except for like Sui. So the top 20 look pretty cool, but once we get down here, Pulse Chain, Uni, Flare, Ton, Plasma, where do we sit with those?
I don't even know. I don't even know why we had a uni chain, to be honest with you.
A what?
A uni chain. That's from Uniswap.
Yeah, I know. I saw that and I was just like, what are you guys doing?
Check out Hood Tracker. Man, that don't sound too good, man. That don't sound too good.
Just the name alone, like,
man. Unable to register for Robinhood as a UK is not on the list, so I will be unable to trade those. No. Because Robinhood is now going on chain.
yes,
You're able to trade all of them.
Yeah.
On chain.
You
might not have access to like the stock app, but you have access to everything that's probably going to be on the stock app on chain. That's like the beauty of why Robinhood could really be the RWA king.
Yeah, it's why both Robinhood and Base had their own chain, so that they can extend their operations,
their user base, pretty much.
Yeah.
Can Robinhood be bigger than Base? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. I believe just because of if they don't, I'm gonna just say this: if they don't mess it up, the onboarding that they have is crazy. It's massive, right? But we'll see how it's going to play out. We're going to see what Base does.
I would say if Base if Base keeps on doing what they're doing in AI, and RW and Robinhood keeps on doing what they're doing in RWAs, and I think Robinhood will beat out Base just from RWAs being a higher value asset class.
Hit that like button, hoes. Oh man. Yeah, so now we're here, right? So I think onto the virtuals topic. I do think that Base fumbled the way they represented virtuals. Virtuals should have been on the top of their list of what they wanted to push out, because honestly, if it wasn't for virtuals and the success of virtuals, people really wouldn't have been trading on Base as much. Obviously, there's other people trading different plays, but the majority of people that came onto Base are a bunch of degen players, degen traders that probably couldn't find an edge trading memes. Now they try to find the edge trading virtual launches, which it was very easy at one point in time. You go on virtuals, there's a launch. You look who the dev is, who the dev was connected to, what are they building? Boom. That's how easy it was.
Yeah.
At a certain point in time, and we honestly made a killing off of that, right? So obviously the game is changing, but Base messed up by not leaning into it. And now that they're doing everything with AI, they want to be the agentic economy, the agentic chain. They just like GK is okay said, they better lean into virtuals heavier. They better lean into Banker heavier, because Banker does have a launchpad, agentic launchpad as well. They're doing things for building them. So if they want the degen traders to be building on here, they should lean into what these guys are doing. They probably should even give them funding. I don't know. What you think about that, Jay?
Yeah, definitely. They should do something with virtuals, help them out. People are following virtuals wherever they go to, and to the point, like to your point, my first bridge to Base was to buy something on virtuals.
Yeah, and also to your point there, when you say people are following virtuals has a crazy big community.
Yeah.
People that invest into virtuals and invest into launches on virtuals. So I think I had this conversation with someone in the Discord. I think they had asked me about a crypto A and then a crypto B being a launch from virtuals. He asked me, like, in the short term, what you thinking about these two crypto. I'm like, yo, crypto B has the virtuals community behind them. They have some of the newest, biggest influencers that if they make a post about it, it's going to pump. That's like your 100x Darren. Hopefully I'm not forgetting too many other names out there, but yeah, that's the first one that pops up. But there's other people that if they talk about a virtual launch, those are going to do well. And that's the big community that they have behind them. Besides that, looking into this ecosystem here, I don't think we're going to see Base fail. They may lose a little bit of traders to Robinhood, but like when you got things like VVV here, VVV is mainstream, right? You got Aerodrone continuously building here. What else we got here? Maple Finance is up here. I think Maple is also multi-chain here. I'm trying to look for the actual plays that are not multi-chain. Um, I guess Kita? Nah, yeah, not Kita. But yeah, you got Banker as well. So how you think this is going to play out going into the future versus base versus Robinhood? I want to get your final thoughts on this one before we start looking into some other things.
Honestly, I think it's a little too early to say. But if we said we had to choose between base or Robinhood, I'm choosing base because they just been around a little bit longer. Got the longevity in there. They have the standard for me is the big one. Like I don't think like for base to go somewhere would be very like a lot of things would have to fail, and X402 would have to fail, which is like when you see the mainstream institutions talking about X402, people who probably don't even know nothing about blockchain talking about X402 for the robotic economy, the AI economy, like all that's huge. And Robinhood is just stepping into the RWA sector. So if they get a big backer, if Larry Fink decides to back them or something like that, then yeah, they could both do well. Being that that's what they're tackling, but yeah, so what happens in the next market cycle? I don't know. Until we get like some brand new chain that just comes out and surprises everybody again, is probably where it's at.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Now, when I see, I put a poll up. Obviously, it's nothing too crazy. Which would you trade on, Robinhood or base? Robinhood is winning out right now. So it seems like more people are really interested in trading on Robinhood. Obviously, it's a newer chain. That's where all the money is at right now. Bear market money.
To that question, I would just say like if you're trading, like actually trading, not holding or investing, if you're trading, then don't be scared to follow the liquidity. If the liquidity, if you're trading and everybody's like bridging to base, the quicker you hop on that train, the better you're gonna be.
Yeah.
If you wait too late, then you might get, everybody might switch off. The thing about it is like once something releases like Robinhood, everybody's excited, everybody goes to their trade, and then they resort back to their normal place. Whoever was making money on Solana will go back to Solana. Some guys were on base, some guys were on BNB, and that will always happen. But if you see a big migration like that, then yeah, for trading, it's worth it.
You just brought up BNB. It's crazy. We are not even talking about BNB in this whole discussion. What do you think BNB plays in this? Like, how do you feel about it?
Like we sleep on BNB, but I still think like BNB still has its hold on the East, like in China and even in like Latin America. I'm finding out that BNB is like a lot of people trade and do things on there, find plays on there. So we can't sleep on the Binance effect. I think as Americans we do sleep on it because it's just like we only got Coinbase and Robinhood, right? But like if Binance was allowed to use in the US, it would be right there next to Robinhood and Coinbase, and it would actually be above Coinbase. You know what I'm saying? As far as TVL and how big of an exchange it is and the effect that it has on crypto, but like we don't have access to it, so we're kind of blind when it comes to that. So and then of course like when you go on BNB, there's a lot of rug pullers over there and honeypots and BS, when you do try to trade. So it does, as far as I'm concerned, nobody's really sending me, check out this BNB token. It's a dope utility or it's a runner meme. But overseas, it's absolutely happening. It's
Fair enough. That's actually a very good point there. Of course, this guy named Richard Hart would say Pulse Chain is a dark horse.
Richard Holt 2028.
Laughing my eyes off, Pulse Chain and shit. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Do you have any other altcoins you've been looking at in this bear market before we end it off? Because we're going to talk about some other things in the next live stream. We've been live on X here. Go
ahead. Nothing too crazy. I'm still buying some Tau, buying some Peak, some Marlin, some of the plays that we want to DCA into, and just waiting to see what the market gives me. What I mean, like I said, right now it's bear market. We can have some bear market fun, follow the liquidity, and trade some of these 20x runners in 2 hours. But that's pretty much where I'm at for right now. So I see
well said.
Book online.
Well said. Yo, we've been live on X, we live on Kick, we live on YouTube. First time going live on X, man. I see a lot of you guys have been tuning in from X. I would like some of you guys to start commenting a little bit. I want to see what the X side of crypto is thinking, because the reason I decided to stream on X now is because it's like a little different crowd from YouTube. And I also do associate crypto Twitter a lot with memes and things like that. So I do want to see and I could see from what people are saying. What if is amazing. So I do want to see what more people are really thinking, because this is more so of like the crypto trenches. I feel like YouTube is more retail, guys. I feel like there's a distinction between the two. But yeah, we're gonna go live a little bit more.
Don't get it wrong, guys. There is a very big distinction between the people on YouTube, the people on X, and the people on TikTok. So if you're really about like research and hunting, like hop into all three and just see what people are talking about, so that you're not like in an echo chamber and thinking that something stupid when it could have made you $1 million. That's all I got.
That's actually very good facts here. Talbot is on the floor. Looks like a good buy. Before we get up out of here, let's look at Talbot real quick. Ain't this?
I do like Talbot.
Yo, you're gonna have to talk to me about Talbot then.
Let me pull up that chart real quick.
Yeah, I don't need you posting no contract in here, Crypto Cash. Now I don't need to post no contracts in here. What's going on here, man? Let's keep it kosher. Talbot, 1.8 million market cap right now. You should know a lot more. Oh, what do you think about Tau as of right now, going forward?
I'm still bullish on Tau. I want the price to come down a little bit. Like if we had, I'm just looking at the market cycle as like the full Bitcoin cycle when it comes to the higher caps. So right now I'm still waiting for it to come down a little bit. I want to see the sub market TVL to go, like sub 800 million maybe. Right now it's around $1 billion still. So we'll see. I know there was a couple subnets that kind of woke up this week and had some nice pumps. I wasn't really paying attention to it because I'm earning all of them from just staking Tau, and I just want to get my hands on as many subnets as I can. So, and Talbot allows me to do that. So that's what I liked about Talbot for sure.
That's fair. I'm not too much into the Tau. I did say I was going to do some research and get into that bad boy, but I didn't. I lied. I will at some point in time. I can't lie. I will at some point in time. But things is getting exciting on Robinhood. Remember, guys, if you guys want a good place to trade Robinhood tokens, you guys got to join that Patreon group here. Check it out. We've been making a killing here. You guys could go ahead and check out the post. All of that from here. Not only with the Patreon do you get access to the calls on Discord, but you also get access to the best crypto terminal. We haven't really been using it too much on stream. It's just harder to like wait for everything to load up as we use it. All right, but you get access to the terminal, forensic here. This is where you get to track some smart money on chain here, see what's going on. I'm waiting for Robinhood endpoints to go live so I can add it on here, so we could do some deep dives onto some Robinhood plays on chain here. Of course, SI has its own alpha. You got prediction markets and perpetuals, and we got the community watch list. This is what everybody is liking as of right now. More changes is happening. We're going to discuss it in a whole different live stream, of course. But I want you guys to enjoy your Saturday. Hopefully, I lied. We're going to come back on Saturday. Next Saturday, we're going to save a lot more topics to talk about. Hopefully, it's more than just memes this time, and there's more flowing into Robinhood that we could talk about. But you got any closing thoughts, Jay?
No, we'll see. It's going to be an interesting week just based on the week we just came off of, especially to see what happens with Robinhood. And we'll see if Coinbase has an interesting response to a lot of that TVL moving over. Or Solana, because a lot of TVL left Solana.
Bet. I'm going to check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.
And then, Talbot 20X. Let's go.